It's a short kick. Kamara out to the 8. Full head of steam. Kamara still on his feet and a good return. Saints will start from the 35 and they will throw it. Breeze gonna go deep right off the bat, looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. First play of the game. Crayvon LeBlanc picks it.
First thing they're going to check, did he come down with the football with a clean catch? And I believe the answer is going to be yes. What a play for Crayvon LeBlanc, who did play in that 48-7 wipeout, but he had just gotten to Philadelphia and barely knew his team.
Throwing on first down. 4-man rush near side. Golden Tate breaks the tackle. On 2nd and 4, they will run it to Smallwood. And Wendell Smallwood fights his way for a few. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Foles on the fake. Throws, and he's got a completion for a 1st down. It's Zach Ertz. Fake to Sproles. Foles now going to throw it to Sproles, and Aaron Sproles gets to the edge. On 2nd down, here comes pressure. Foles in trouble, gets it off to Smallwood. He's got blocks. Smallwood fights his way for a 1st down. Boy, that was a good play. Smallwood gets it on the carry and breaks through. Smallwood with a good hard run. 2nd and 2 on the fake. Here comes pressure from Okafor. Foles going to let it go. He's going to go deep. He's got Jordan Matthews. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's already different than week 11.
When we talked to Nick Foles, he talked about understanding his receivers, understanding what they could and could not do, and putting the football in spots where they could get it and no one else. And throwing people open, that's exactly what he did there with Jordan Matthews.
Elliott with the extra point. 37-yard touchdown to Jordan Matthews, and we'll show you how it happened in a moment. As this kick, Kamara will take a knee, and they will start. Now it's the Saints. They'll give it to Ingram, who had a nice day against Philadelphia last game here. 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Breeze going far side of the field, and it is incomplete. This whole week of playing, and that's good news because he's great on it. 3rd and 10. Here's Breeze under pressure, going to go deep again, and incomplete. And 2 stops for this Philadelphia defense. As here is the punt by Morstead. It's a boomer. Darren Sproles running up, calls fair catch, going to let it bounce, and it goes out of bounds around the 26-yard line. Pitch it to Aguilar now, and he's got room. Nelson Aguilar, 1st down, as he's got 11 yards on the run. Here is Smallwood. Good hold by Smallwood, and then it closes rather quickly, but he's still got 4 yards. You know, on 2nd down, blitz coming. Foles sees it, unloads it. It's Golden Tate who's got a catch for another 1st down. Smallwood, Wendell Smallwood, who's running hard to start this game. 2nd down. Foles has time, lofts it to Aguilar, who should have another Philadelphia 1st down. 114 yards to the Saints 0 to start this game. It's Sproles zigging and zagging his way. 2nd and 7. Here's Foles. Back to pass. Going to go deep, and there's miscommunication. Nobody home. Zach Ertz. Meanwhile, big 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Here's Foles. Has time. Going to go deep far side of the field, and it is caught. Alshon Jeffrey.
A big-time basketball player. Loved to throw the jump ball, the alley-oops to Alshon Jeffrey. Another big-time basketball player. Marshawn Lattimore unable to locate the football. Jeffrey.
Foles hands off. Smallwood barreling his way towards the end zone, waiting for a signal. Nothing yet. second and goal. Foles on the sneak, reaches over, touchdown! That's normally the Drew Brees special, but Foles
looking at the offensive line, finding a crease and then giving a little leap over the top. Foles started low, but look how he elevates with the football over the goal line. With that 6'6" frame all the way over before he even had to elevate the ball.
Extra point up and good by Ellie. Kamara thinking about taking it out. He will from 2 yards deep. Alvin Kamara gets smacked at the 15 and down he goes. And a penalty flag at the end of the play as well.
Personal foul, illegal double team block on the return team number 42. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Here's Brees and Kamara who gets the ball and has nowhere to go.
Stared at the ground. We also have an update.
Number 93, defense.
We also have an update on.
That's his first foul in this regard as far as disqualification.
A fumble. Brees finds it, picks it up, and then is smacked by Malcolm Jenkins.
To break from the taunting penalty by Jernigan to get him out of a little bit of a hole. The very next snap, Drew Brees has a miscommunication with Max Unger, his Pro Bowl center, and can't hold it. And let's see where the taunting is. Jernigan right here. And he's over the top of the ball carrier, throwing a little verbal trash his way. Not necessary.
On second down, we get another flag.
Delay of game. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Here is Brees, second and long. We're going to get some yards, and that will help. Michael Thomas makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and he's back near the original line of scrimmage.
He's right.
Third and 10, four-man rush. Brees pumps, throws, complete. It's Thomas, first down in a big game for the Saints.
Going through his progressions.
That's Kamara in motion. They'll give it straight to Ingram. Up the gut, Mark Ingram runs into a wall. He's going to pick up about a yard. Here's Brees. Four-man rush, fires, and is knocked away. Felt he'd have a big day today. They've tried to no avail. Third down. Here comes the blitz. Brees stripped. Ball is loose. Flag 2. Picked up by Philadelphia. Brandon Graham.
Backside, Brandon Graham. Does that look familiar, Philadelphia fans? Remember the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots? It's the empty hand rule. Drew Brees is not going forward. The hand comes through empty, so that's a fumble. Ball is free. And now the scramble ensues. So here comes Graham again from the backside against Teron Armstead, the all-pro left tackle. Ball's free. Now the scramble. Graham gets it, but the ball comes free again. And I think Ryan Ramczyk may have come up with it, coming back to help out.
Didn't see him lose it there, and then it was Ramczyk. But let's see what the penalty is. At least I think Ramczyk.
There is no foul on the play. The ruling on the field is a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense, and subsequently fumbled and recovered by the offense. Therefore, it'll be 1st and 10, New Orleans.
Brandon Graham getting it done.
After review, the ruling on the field has been changed. The defender did not control the ball, so the recovery by New Orleans results in a 4th down. Please set the game clock to 40 seconds.
Here's Morstead to punt it away. And Sproles comes up, fair catch called for, and he corrals it at the 30. Here is Smallwood on the run, and Wendell Smallwood has a gain. Blitz coming, picked up, Foles slings it. Jeffrey, what a catch! So far today. On 1st down, they will run it to Smallwood this time. He gets upended, and he flips over after a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Saints drop in coverage, only a 3-man rush. Still pressure comes. Foles going deep. It is intercepted. Lattimore went up and got it.
So check it out here. Watch Lattimore. He's going to check it out right there. And he ends up starting with Matthews and going with Ertz. But what does he do well? Sees the football the entire time. That ball was thrown a little bit short. Zach Ertz had a step on him. That's got to be thrown over the top for Ertz to make a play. He threw it a little bit short, but Lattimore had eyes back to the quarterback and goes up and takes it away. A big-time stop.
That's his 3rd interception of the year, and here's Breeze to throw. Has time. Near side, it's Ingram who makes the catch. And Ingram is stopped shy of a 1st down.
If you get the completion, tackle him at the spot. Don't give up extra yardage.
Kamara in the backfield now. Give it to him. Kamara dancing. Maybe a yard, but that's about it. Ingram gets it, makes a nice move. Penalty flies. And I don't know if he got there anyway. Cox saying it's 4th down.
Number 71, offense. Penalties declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Cox got back there so fast. That was the hold that was caused right there. Ryan Ramczyk, number 71, because he was so quick into the backfield, he had no choice but to hold him right there, and that allowed the extra penetration. Here's Avonte Maddox, 29.
Thomas Morstead has punted more in this 1st half, and it's a fake, and it's a keeper, and it's a 1st down. So forget the Morstead punt. So new life for the Saints on 1st down. As Nada checks in for Cox. Flag 2. Breeze sees it, throws it, completes it. Big play on the free play. It's Michael Thomas who's still going inside the 25.
To watch Michael Thomas. Avonte Maddox gets him turned to the sideline.
Defense, number 90. Penalties declined. Result of the play, 1st down.
Kevin, you remember last week they were talking about Avonte Maddox struggling with double moves in Chicago? That wasn't a double move. He just got him twisted towards the sideline by Sean Payton.
Hey! What's that?
Here's Ingram looking for a seam. Ingram running inside the 20, and Mark Ingram has 5. Taysom Hill in at quarterback. Of course, we had him on the fake punt. Here he's looking to run. No, bounces out. Hill looking to throw, and Evans is going to run it around the edge, and Taysom Hill.
If that's a running back, he might throw it anyway because that's what the play design was.
He's a yard short of a 1st, so it'll be a 3rd and 1. They bring Alvin Kamara into the backfield.
You waiting? What's that?
Pitch to Kamara. Right, with a block from Ramczyk. Kamara, 1st down inside the 10. Alvin Kamara so fast has come back in the game. Fletcher Cox has not. 1st and goal, New Orleans, and we get a flag on the handoff. No play here.
False start, number 75, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
That's on Andrus Peets.
Sean Payton picking up the fake punt and changing the fortunes of his team.
1st and goal. Breeze looking, lofting for gain. He never saw it. Tried. Taysom Hill back in the game for the Saints. Who knows where he'll line up this time.
Tight end.
And we get a timeout. Penalty, though, so this is the 2nd and goal. And they're back at the 13. Here's Breeze. Pressure, steps up to avoid, throws over the middle, caught, but it's only to the 10 as Michael Thomas. Alvin Kamara lines up as a wide receiver. On a 3rd and goal. Breeze stands in, throws, Thomas the catch, but he's dragged down by LeBlanc at the 2.
Let's see if they did some type of a get Kamara in the backfield.
4th and goal. Breeze looking to throw. Throws a fade. Touchdown. Keith Kirkwood.
Look at Kirkwood working outside, and it's almost as if they've got a little bit of confusion in the secondary. A down-the-line defensive back, not sure of coverage, and Kirkwood makes him pay.
You heard Peter. So we've got a game. It's 14-7 Philadelphia. Here is the kickoff, and the Eagles will start on their own 25. Well, this February, play clock at 2, and Foles sees it. He's got to call a timeout. Well, fun little storyline here today. After the timeout, it's Foles. With time, they're going to swing it back to Sproles, who's got a good block. Makes a move. Darren Sproles has a first down. And they go jumbo. Smallwood will run it on first down, and there is not much there. Cam Jordan. Foles. As Tom stands in, he's got his tight end, Zach Ertz, who makes the catch. Third and 5. And this one is not going to count. It looks like Jason Peters moved too early.
False start. Number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Watch Peters, 71 in white at left tackle. Yep, he's already going into his kick slide.
Third and 10. Four-man rush. Foles has time. Now he has to throw it away. Incomplete.
Trying to sneak out for Foles, and he makes a play on it.
And a good play, and so a punt, the first one, like Cameron Johnson. It's taken all the way back at the 11 by Tommy Lee Lewis, who gets smacked out of bounds. Here we're told questionable return, and Rasul Douglas, the starting corner. Kamara, right where Fletcher Cox would be for a first down for the Saints. Alvin Kamara.
Ready. 5-8.
Now it's Ingram in the game at back. They fake to him. Here's Breeze on the roll. Just completes it to Josh Hill, the tight end. And Hill works his way up. That's Kamara who goes out in motion now, top of your screen. Breeze looking the other way, though. Coming backside, it's Thomas who makes yet another catch, but that is it.
Now you lose that with Cox being out of the game.
They bring Chris Long in as a pass rusher on a third down. Here's Breeze, four-man rush. Stands in, pressure, and Long's going to get to him with some help. Jernigan was there, too, and a sack.
Great pass rusher. He does a great play. Watch him in the middle, and then watch Long coming from the outside. Jernigan pushes. Long actually pushed him right up into the
game so far, and then the second quarter has belonged to them. But Philly with a big sack on third down, and Morstead with the punt. Sproles racing over to call fair catch and does so. As Foles and the Eagles, 1:51 to go. They're up 7. They've got 2 timeouts. Foles going to loft it near side for Jeffrey, who makes the catch. Saints show blitz. Here they come from the safety position. It's picked up. Foles fires. Incomplete. Sproles remains in on a second down and 10. Give it to him. Sproles up the middle. Nowhere to go. That time. Foles tipped at the line. Incomplete.
Cam Jordan likes to talk about triple doubles when he plays, Kevin. Tackles, sacks, and tip balls. And there's his specialty. Another one. He had 6 in the regular.
The Saints, plenty of time and a timeout to go. Tommy Lee Lewis back deep. It's a deep line drive kick, returnable. Lewis gets a block. Flag flies, and maybe that block wasn't so good as Lewis is up across the 25. So here is Breeze.
Illegal block in the back. Number 31, receiving team. After distance to the goal, first down.
So here we go. Breeze back to throw. And from his own end zone, gets it over the middle where he's got completion to Benjamin Watson.
And on this drive, it'd be a prime time to get him moving.
That is Kamara in the backfield. Breeze stands in, fires far side. There's a completion again against Allen Robinson. Saints going after him a little bit here. Here's Kamara on the run. No catches in pregame warm-up. So you're talking about getting down to the other 40-yard line. They're almost there. Breeze, pressure, stands, and there's Kamara. First catch of the day, a big one. Stays on his feet, inside the 40, all the way down to the 32. Here they're already in field goal range, looking for more. Breeze, pressure up the middle, stands in, throws, got a man wide open. It's Thomas. There is a penalty flag back.
Holding, number 75, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Look at Cox working on him. Pete pushing away, but Cox has the leverage. Got down a little bit lower, bowls him over, and all Pete can do.
Range right now, 28 seconds to go, no timeouts. Breeze, pressure coming, unloads it, and it's caught somehow. There were 3 Eagles there, but somehow in the world, Drew Brees finds a completion. It's Ginn, and they have to spike it with no timeouts. They get to the line. And they'll do just that with 11-second outs. It's only 11 seconds, and the play clock winding down. But the Eagles will call a timeout here. Snap and hold are good, and Lutz is up, and he is good again. You feel like it's a win, though, right? Considering what happened the last time, considering the Saints rolled up over 500 yards last time. Much different feel here.
Even though the fake...
And a good first half here from the Superdome in New Orleans.
Yep.
And that will do it. Well, the first game of the day was a blowout. Not this one. The #1 seeded Saints find themselves trailing on their footing and came back and scored 10 unanswered in the second quarter. But Philadelphia won the toss and deferred on the way. And they will start with the run to Smallwood. And a short down and 7 for Philadelphia. Play clock down at 1. Play clock at 0. And they don't get it off.
Prior to the delay of game, first charge timeout, Philadelphia.
Oh, interesting. They called a last-second timeout.
With an ankle injury. Back here.
Pam thanks to Rankins, one of their best not coming back. Here is Foles throwing to Jeffrey, first on the field. Short gain. He's up to the 30. It is loud. 3rd and 4. Foles with time. Going to flow one out near side of Jeffrey, and it's incomplete. As Johnson will punt it away. Tommy Lee Lewis is back. Penalty flag on the play as well. Here's Lewis sprinting near side. It's a block. Out to the 20.
During the kick, holding, number 42, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
To impose themselves a little bit and try and get some creases in the running game.
Well, they listen to you. It's Ingram on the carry, and not much. That is Rasul Douglas, a starting corner, back in for the Eagles. As Kamara goes in motion, here's Breeze. 4-man rush, pressure from Jernigan, incomplete, but a penalty.
And they're making Drew Brees have to dance out to the left.
Holding, number 32, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So the return of Rasul Douglas, as Peter Schrager reported, but he ends up holding downfield against Ted Ginn. Remember, 5 yards is where...
They'll run it to Ingram instead, right up the middle, and Ingram churning forward.
Angle and pick up yardage.
Breeze goes quick. Looking to throw it on second down. He's got a completion. It's Ginn on the far side of the field.
That's about 700 pounds of man you're trying to move.
They will run it anyway, and that's, as you predicted, tough sledding inside.
To gain the additional yardage.
Second down and 9. 4-man rush. Breeze has time, though. Throws over the middle. He's got a completion, and he's got a first. Time for Breeze. Quick release over the middle, and it's complete. And it's worked for him. On second down, they give Kamara. Nice cut. Slips, though.
Chris Long had a sack earlier in the game. He's here at the top.
Come with a blitz. He gets it out quick. It's a first down. Josh Hill, the tight end. Fake to Ingram. Breeze has time. Loads up. Going deep for Hill. It is incomplete.
Maddox does not give up on the play and does his job and gets back into it and tips it away.
Now Hill is at quarterback, and Drew Brees lines up as a wide receiver, bottom of your screen. Hill got to throw it. He's going to go deep. He's got Kamara. He's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hang on. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage. catch, and this one might not count.
Holding, number 75, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Wow.
So there's Andrews Pete, the left guard, who's struggled with some of the pass rushers today, especially when Fletcher Cox is there. And Haloti Nada throws him, and you see the hook right there in front, and they were not.
After that, it's a 2nd and 20. Breeze back at quarterback, sees some pressure, throws. Thomas has it. Michael Thomas. And so the Saints get it right back after the holding penalty. Kamara in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. They're going to come on a little trickery here. It's Traquan Smith. And he stays in bounds and makes something out of nothing before Douglas came up. Tackle. Tommy Lee Lewis in motion. He's just a distraction. Kamara gets the pitch. Makes a run. Turns on the speed. And Alvin Kamara. It's Taysom Hill in motion. Kamara gets it. Kamara up the middle. 15:09 on the clock. And here we are, 5:10 left in the third. Let's look at the ball. There, you can see it. Good reach.
Right there. Good extension by Alvin Kamara. They're also on the...
Again, 14th play of the drive. There's Breeze. Hill's going to run it this time. Flags fly. And Taysom Hill is going to pick up a few.
Holding,
Sweep.
number 60, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
This would have been a staple play for him.
Oof.
And that is going to be a little bit of a phantom call. What I think the officials saw...
Well, the Saints got a bad break there because it did not look like a hold. Moves it back to 1st and 20. Play clock winding down. They get it off. Breeze throws behind the receiver, and that almost was intercepted in the slot. We keep talking about how big he is, but he ran a 4.4 in his pro day. Breeze, pressure comes, steps up, throws to Kamara in the flat. Kamara one-on-one. And he makes a move, but Saints need to get down to the 16 for a first down. It's Breeze. Steps up and runs. Instead will throw. It's caught. It's a first down. 20, Charles.
And Drew Brees again able to step up. The pass protection excellent. No one around. And then when he throws the shot, watch Thomas. His ability to catch the football, stay on his feet, and make the extra move. Bradham unable to guard Mike. Picks up a first down.
17th play of this drive, and they will run it, and they won't do anything because this play will not get off. Penalty.
Full start, number 75, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And they've overcome these yardages on this drive alone. There's Breeze to Kamara. Big hole. Alvin Kamara sprinting inside the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds at the first down mark. They're going to throw from Michael Thomas. Coming this. There's going to be a touchdown. Michael Thomas doing it all, and New Orleans takes the lead.
A one-on-one route from the slot position against Crevon LeBlanc. LeBlanc sees the ball, but Thomas uses his body and his physicality to work inside and make the play. The word that comes up so often about how he runs his routes from opponents, violently. He did it there, very physical, and took it away for a touchdown.
Have their first lead of the day at 17-14. And this will have the Eagles starting on their own 25. To Smallwood, who burrows his way forward for a short gain. Charles, Boston Scott is in the game for the first time, number 49 in the backfield, and now movement penalties.
Full start, number 73, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Foles on the fake, pressure up the middle, throws as he's hit, and he's got a completion. And a first down to Zach Ertz. Philadelphia with a first down at their own 40-yard line. Fake to Sproles, blitz coming. Foles going to go deep. Jeffrey fell down, incomplete.
More goes, and everything has been press coverage in the last few series. And as you noted, partner, he just tripped and fell down. There's no penalty there.
That's Darren Sproles in motion. Fake it to him. Foles Gets it to Sproles. Saints converge, and he's got nowhere to go. Foles, pressure, floats one for Golden Tate. It is incomplete. And the defense for New Orleans does the job. Here's the punt. And a fair catch is called for by Tom Lee Lewis. 1st and 10, New Orleans with a 3-point lead.
Ready, set.
Here's Brees. Gets it to Kamara in the flat with room to roll. And Kamara out across the 20. And Drew Brees
Here, does it every single snap of practice.
2nd and 5. Brees pressured, steps out of the way calmly, coolly, incomplete.
He was one of those have-to-play guys late in the ball game. Didn't get many minutes.
He's top of your screen as a 3rd down. Brees going to Smith, who bobbles and hangs on. Traquan Smith. They led the league in 4th quarter time of possession. So when they get the lead, they wear out the clock. Trying to do it again. Here's Ingram. Breaks free. Ingram, big run. Turns on the Jets. All the way down to the 26.
Into the secondary. Watch line right here, 42. There's a great block. Griffin, 45 on the edge. Line created the space for Ingram to roam.
Same thing with the fullback. They give it to Ingram here, and he's going to pick up 3. I have not seen Fletcher Cox in this drive for the Eagles. Here's Brees on a pump. Brees going for it all for Thomas. Incomplete. And a timeout by New Orleans. Thomas in the slot. Fletcher Cox going to the locker room as we showed you. Here's Brees. 3rd down. Gets it out to Kamara, who's wide open in the flat. What a tackle!
Out over the sideline. Excellent open field play, which forces the field goal and keeps Philadelphia in a much better position.
Yeah, I would stay a 1 possession. High snap. Nice job there. Kick is perfect. Down by 6, and the Eagles will get the ball here. Austin Scott thinking about a kick return. He's going to take it from the goal line. Scott is going to get to the 20-21, and that is about it. Foles, 4-man rush. He's got time. He's got a completion. It's Jeffrey who gets bulldozed backwards. Second and 5. Here's the blitz. Foles sees it, throws, incomplete. Aguilar was open, but he never turned around. Clock down to 3. They get it off. Foles stands in, throws, incomplete. It was high.
Pass interference. Number 26. Defense. Automatic. 1st down.
And instead of a linebacker covering Zach Ertz, they go with the defensive back, P.J. Williams, and he grabs him there, and the ball's in the air.
And so it is a 1st down. On the fake. Foles to throw it, trying to get Ertz involved, but a good tackle. There is Davis. 4-man rush. Foles hangs in, throws, incomplete. He tried to get into Tate, but... Third and 8. It's a blitz. Foles stands in, throws, incomplete. Johnson to punt it away. Tommy Lee Lewis calls fair catch, does so at the 25 with 8:38 to go. And Fletcher Cox trying to give it a go, but on the sideline still. Brees, quick pass. It's another one for Michael Thomas. And he is
Thus continues to rush 4 and try and drop more people.
Kamara in the backfield. They're going to sneak with Brees and Taysom Hill back in the game. Haven't seen him in a while. Lined up as a blocker here. They're going to run, and Ingram has a short gain. Schedule brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. And here's Brees. Pressure from Cox back in the game. Brees gets it to the Hill, and he's going to be tagged for a loss by Malcolm Jenkins.
Pressure on Drew Brees, disrupting the timing of this screen because Brees can't throw it when he wants to, has to delay it and extend it, and allows Malcolm Jenkins to get into excellent position to make the play in the open field tackle.
Ready, set.
4-man rush. Brees firing Thomas. He's got it again! 1st down, New Orleans. Vontae Maddox
Ready,
So Hawkins in for him now. Maddox is back, and that's a huge pickup. Kamara, what a cut on a dime. First down, New Orleans.
Where they are on this point of the field, score of the game, he's not going to snap the ball until it's inside 5.
They will run it to Kamara. That time, not much doing.
Ready, set.
Raised to throw it, looks right, not there, gets hit as he throws to Ingram, who was tackled immediately by Jordan Hicks. They agree, 3rd and 8, and now a timeout by New Orleans. Eagles have to have this if they want a chance. 3rd and 8. Third down, Breeze has been unconscious. They'll run it here to Kamara, who play gets blown up.
Wanted the lost yardage play. Bennett, the 3-time Pro Bowler, controls Max Unger, sheds him, and gives Alvin Kamara nowhere to go. What a huge play. We think of Bennett in his pass rush. This run stopping that we've seen in this last series, tremendous for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So here, after the kick is no good. 1 timeout for Philly. They're down by 6. Foles has time, still looking incomplete. There is no one open. Blitz coming. Picked up. Foles guns it. Caught. It's Ertz. First down.
And beats Von Bell inside.
Back to pass again. Stands in. Lofty one. Incomplete. And that was a danger zone.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 92. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Passer calls in both of the Carolina games. And here's another one. He gets his hands right up into the neck and the head area of Nick Foles. An easy call for the official.
Line against Jeffrey at the bottom of your screen. They'll run it to Sproles. And not too much there, if anything.
Score as the clock's hit 0. And they took the extra point.
To get this off with a 2-minute warning. Little surprise. Foles back throws. Intercepted. Went right through Jeffrey's hands. It's Lattimore. Right through Alshon Jeffrey's hands, and Lattimore's second pick of the game, and the Saints looking to move on.
Hand-eye coordination of Lattimore to get the interception off the tip.
They're going to run to Kamara. Eagles have 1 timeout, though.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready, ready, Bassett.
Kamara on the run, and he is taken down immediately. Trying to move on, and they would host the Rams next week if they could do it.
Ready, Bassett.
Clock down at 2. They will run it. Kamara, big hole, and Kamara, and that will do it. To get back here, but the Saints a little too much today. All the way back, and they earned it today. They knocked the champs out, and they show you why they were the #1 seed. A hard-fought 20-14 win, the largest postseason comeback in Saints history, and 2 really good coaches hug it out.